again, the whole wall of fame at Champion School of Real Estate of all their alumni and current clients. Kristen, I'll be willing to bet that most of the listeners that are listening today have no clue what it takes to be a real estate agent.
That's true. There are several subjects that someone has to master to get their license, but really it's a relatively low investment of time and money that's required to get a real estate license.
And what kind of classes does a person have to take to get a license?
A person only needs between 5 and 7 classes to get their license, depending on whether or not they have college credits. College credits are not required, but if they do have a college background, that can reduce the number of classes they need. Every student does have to have principles of real estate, law of agency, and law of contracts at a minimum, and in addition they'll take some elective courses, of which there's over 20 options they can choose from.
Now, when I got a real estate license in 1910, or I don't remember what it was, in Florida, it was just all we had choice of was coming into the classroom. Are there other ways to get a license if someone can't come in the classroom?
Absolutely. Of course, we do have the classroom courses at our 6 statewide locations, but we also have correspondence and online classes. So today, a student can complete all of their courses without ever having to come into the school, or they can do them all online through championschool.com.
Amazing what technology has done for education. No drive-through window, I'll bet.
No drive-through window.
No drive-through window. Maybe coming soon. And tell me, you also offer continuing education classes. What kind of classes does an agent have to keep, and how many hours of that to be a licensed real estate agent?
Sure. And depending on how long they've had their license, there is continuing education. For a first-year agent, they need 60 hours, which is just 2 courses. And then they'll take a course each year if they've had their license. If they got it within the last 2 years, they'll take one each year for the first 3 years. And then once they've had their license for 4 or more, if they're a new agent for 2 or more, they'll take just one 15-hour class every 2 years to keep it active.
Now, your instructors, do they have to have some kind of accreditation or background in real estate? Tell me about your teachers and instructors.
Certainly. Our instructors have to have, at a minimum, to be approved by the state, 5 years of teaching experience and real estate experience, and our requirements are over and above that. So they go through a long interviewing process to teach at Champion School of Real Estate.
Now, Rita started this school out of just like a little office, and she made the copy and taught the classes and enrolled the students, and you've come a long way. Again, how many campuses are there? Where are they? And how many students come through your school every month?
That's a great question. We do. Rita started the school in 1983 in the Houston Northwest area, and we now have 6 locations statewide. There are 3 in Houston, still our Northwest location, also our Galleria campus, and our newest location we opened last year in West Houston. Then we have 2 in Dallas, 1 in San Antonio, and then of course our online campus we mentioned, and there's several thousand students a month going through the various programs, whether it's real estate, loan officer, inspector, or appraisal courses.
Well, since people can view the YouTube video of this broadcast on my website, any other plans for any other schools across Texas?
Well, we sure hope so. If I had to say today, I would say Austin is where we have our sights set next.
You heard it here first, an Austin school. Well, that's great, because they need the caliber of education that Champion School offers. Again, so many cover honorees all got their start at Champion School of Real Estate. It's amazing. That wall of fame is overwhelming to me. Ronnie was one of the first ones on there, wasn't he?
That's right.
Indeed,
he sure was.
Well, tell me, what about somebody who got a real estate license some time ago and just needs kind of a jump start? What can they do to get reactivated or refocused?